Good evening and welcome back to Be Rich. I follow the news very closely and I look at Wall Street very closely. Unless you have a grip of what is happening in Wall Street and US, you will not get to know what is happening in the rest of the world. Because today, thanks to Mundel's impossible trinity, America's markets drive the global market conditions. So I saw some interesting contradictions. The venture capitalists are being mauled. Especially there's a company called Tiger Global Management, which is being mauled and is being forced to cut positions. SoftBank of Muyoshi Shan seems to be under extreme pressure. Then there's a report from a survey made by Financial Times. Global asset managers who manage more than $833 billion have increased their cash position to the highest level since 2011. And this is even going back to before to 9/11. So they have gone back to the time of Bush. That means cash levels are as high as they were about 15 to before Barack Obama. And this is really very worrying. So why are these people maintaining cash? In times of uncertainty, global fund managers want to move to cash because all asset prices are falling in together. Yesterday, there was a small recovery in US and technology stocks, but gold continued to correct. Crypto is also corrected heavily. There is nowhere to hide. Bond markets are falling because central banks are increasing interest rates. Therefore, most fund managers are increasing their cash position. But they are not what investors should be. An ideal investor should be like Warren Buffett. And so let's look at what Warren Buffett is doing. Warren Buffett is now just plunging into the stock market and is making very aggressive buys. In this channel, I've already told you he's bought a mini Hathaway, Berkshire Hathaway. He's bought a big stake in HP. He's increased his position in Occidental Petroleum. But today, what I'm going to talk to you is about two more big positions he has taken. He has bought heavily into Chevron, an oil company. This is because he expects crude prices to be extremely high and therefore he has kept increasing his position in Chevron. The other interesting thing he has done, he has completely cut his position in Wells Fargo, which was one of its largest positions for several years. And from Wells Fargo, he has taken a $3 billion position in Citibank. Citibank under Jane Pacer has been under heavy pressure and therefore the stock has declined and is one of the worst performing stocks of the year. When there is some blood on the street, Uncle Warren cannot be far behind. Uncle Warren has made a big purchase of Citibank. Reports say he's bought $3 billion worth of Citi stock. As of today, he owns 2.8% of it. The other interesting bet he has taken is in a sector which he is not involved at all normally. That is the technology sector. In the technology sector, he's bought Activation Blizzard. Why is he buying Activation Blizzard? He has taken a huge position in Activation Blizzard because Microsoft has agreed to buy that company at a X amount of dollar by paying cash to all existing stockholders. The bet is whether this deal will go through or not because the price of Activation Blizzard stocks is at a significant discount to the price at which Microsoft has agreed to buy. Normally, the price should be same and there should not be a large discount opening up. But the market did open up a large discount because there was uncertainty whether Microsoft will get through all the approvals to swallow this company. These situations in the olden days were more frequent and were called as workouts. That is, you knew that a corporate A was buying corporate B at a particular price and corporate B was trading at a significant discount to that price. Then the role of the speculator would be to rush in and buy the stock of corporate B till it reached the price at which corporate A would buy. And this is exactly what happened in Activation Blizzard, and he decided to plunge. He has already acquired nearly 9.5% of all outstanding stock in Activation Blizzard, and he has categorically stated that this is a case of a workout. So he is not buying Activation Blizzard. He is taking a bet that Microsoft will get all the requisite approvals to go and buy Activation Blizzard, and it will buy it at the agreed price. Once that happens, he will tender his Activation Blizzard stocks to Microsoft and exit with a decent profit. Including this purchase, he has deployed $51 billion of his money into this market. As soon as this year start, markets began to decline and Buffett decided to shop, and he has been shopping really big time. But he has pointed out that he will keep cash because cash is equivalent to oxygen and oxygen is required at all times, and therefore he will not want to be without oxygen, and he will keep a large dollop of cash with him. Even with all these purchases, it is expected that Berkshire Hathaway supposedly has more than $100 billion in cash, with more premiums coming in all the day. Thus, Warren Buffett, because he is under no pressure to report quarterly earnings and returns to its investors, is now in a position to buy when others are not willing to buy. Normally, when the conditions are very good, most fund managers will buy and Buffett will not be in a position to buy. But today, the converse is true. The rest of the fund managers have gone into cash, while Warren has decided to plunge into the market because he feels there is enough blood on the street and this is enough for him to get in. If the markets decline further from here, he is not the one to complain. He will continue putting more money because he has huge amounts of cash reserves still left. Thank you for watching Be Rich. If you like this content, kindly subscribe to my channel and turn on the bell notification. If you do not turn on the bell notification, you will be not notified every time we put out a video. If you like this content, kindly consider sharing among your friends and relatives. I have written 2 books in English, The Alchemy of Money and Ordinary Stocks, Extraordinary Profits. These books are published by us and are ready. If you want to procure a copy, send us a message to the WhatsApp number given below and my team would respond to you. If you want an Amazon Kindle copy, you can click the link below. Finally, those who wish to consult with me can send a mail to berichenglish@gmail.com. Once again, I thank you for your support.